Hi everyone, how are we today? My name's Jackie. I'm the yoga teacher, a meditation and mindfulness teacher here in the program, and I'm going to be guiding you through this chair yoga video today. So what you will need for class is simply your chair. So you can put your desks away if they're still out and space your chair out so that you can, of course, see the video screen well, and also that you have some room to move your arms and your legs around. And so if you need to pause the video to get that ready, I will invite you to do that, and then join me when you're ready. So in our class today, we're going to be practicing some mindful movement from the seat of our chair. There will be an opportunity to get on the ground at the very end of class, but for the majority, we'll be sitting down and practicing some breathing exercises, some mindful movement, some other awareness practices, and then at the end, we'll be practicing some relaxation and meditation. The guidelines for practice are to take care of yourself. So mind your own mind and body. If something's not right, doesn't feel right, or you just can't do it, please honor that. Make any modifications or adjustments. And don't judge that. Just be curious about what works for you and what doesn't work for you, because this is not going to be a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. I hope that you'll find the opportunity throughout the class at moments, or maybe many moments, of just being present with what we're doing. Taking this time out of the busyness of your everyday life to really slow it down and to just really focus on how it feels to be here, and putting really aside all of our problems, everything we're trying to fix, solve, or change. So go ahead and join me now in your chair, sitting in a way that feels very grounded for you. So I have my feet up in the chair. You might have 2 feet down on the ground, but go ahead and sit back far enough that you feel supported in the chair and you also feel comfortable, and you can settle a little bit more. And once you've found that position, you can close your eyes if you like, and we'll just take a moment to ground where we are, to just let our attention rest right here with our body. So as we slow down and put down really everything else that we were doing before, we can take this moment just to feel where we're connected to the chair and where we're connected to the floor. So I will invite you to find 3 places where you can feel that connection. And then I'm just going to invite you to go through those 3 areas, just 1 or 2 more times. Okay. And now I'm going to invite us to take a moment and hear the sounds in the room. So just begin to listen, and perhaps there are 3 sounds that you can find right now. And actually, finding is probably the wrong way to put it. You want to just let the sounds come to you as you're sitting here. And then maybe you notice other things about the room. Maybe you're aware of the space around you, the 4 walls, the ceiling. You might notice the temperature or how you're experiencing the light or dark. So in this first point of awareness or mindfulness, we're just connecting with where our physical body is and with what's happening around us. And the idea here is we're just noticing. We're not trying to change anything, control anything. We're simply noticing what's already here. And I'm going to invite you to come back now and again, feel kind of the heaviness, the uprightness of your spine, the heaviness of your body as you're sitting here. And then we'll begin to take some more mindful breaths. So you can just gently begin by breathing in, maybe in through your nose, and then out through your nose if you can. Of course, open the mouth if necessary. Then again, breathing in through the nose. And out. And just continue to slow your breathing down and just follow each in-breath and out-breath for maybe the next 2 or 3 breaths if you can. Taking it really slow, so both slowing and being aware of. Good. And now let's take a moment to go in a little deeper. And let's just connect with how we feel as we're sitting here, each one of us. So I like to refer to this as going into your inner world. And this is kind of where only you know what's happening. Maybe it's a state of being, like hungry, tired. Maybe it's a state of mind, happy, sad, focused, unfocused. So just take a moment and check in this way and just see what arises. And we do this with a sense of care and curiosity. And then we'll just begin right where we are. So from this point, I'd like to invite us into some movement practice. So if you're sitting like I am with your feet up, this is where I would invite us to bring our feet to the ground and then to scoot a little bit more forward in our chair. Bring our feet about hips distance apart on the ground, and then just really invite yourself to sit upright through your spine. And then we're just going to reach the arms up and just kind of root and rise. So you're pressing the feet and the seat down in the chair, and then you're lifting up just as tall as you can. And then actually take your eyes up as well. And as you look up, take a deep breath in and out. What is your point of view here? All right, and then we'll go down. So we'll start to lower the arms down. We'll hinge forward, and then looking toward your feet or toward the floor, you might touch the floor and look down. And then again, you're going to take a deep breath in and out. Good, and then anchor down through your feet and slowly lift yourself back. Taking your time, coming back to that upright position, nice and tall. feet on the ground, and then turning toward your right. Left hand comes to the right, right hand comes behind, and then we look toward the right as far as we can and take a deep breath in and out, really slowing your breathing down. And just try to stay with how it feels to be here. Your body will let you know. Let's release it if you've gone too far or not far enough. So just really stay in touch with each movement. All right, let's go left now. Right hand to left hand behind, sitting up, and then point of view, focus, and breathing in and out. Good, releasing, return to the center. And then can you take your hands behind you in the chair? Squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit more together and then lift your chest forward slightly. And again, take a deep breath in and out. Head can hang back if it will. And then relax and let your arms come forward and maybe move your shoulders around. How do your shoulders feel? All right, so let's do a little bit with the shoulders. Let's take a couple big swims. So working from the shoulder joint, we'll go a couple times forward, and I want you to actually kind of imagine you're moving through water. So move really slowly. One more time forward. Take big breaths while you're moving. And then go ahead and go backwards. So all of these things are working together to really help to down-regulate our nervous system, bringing us more into the present moment. Could be calming for some, getting a little bit more connected with our body. Can we go one more time in the backstroke here? And for some of us, we may have to modify these. We all have different things going on. Okay, let's shake that out a little bit. Okay, hands come to the middle now. And then hands to the heart, feel the feet on the ground. And with the hands together, lift the hands up over the head. Take a deep breath. Exhale, move the arms out. About halfway down. Inhale back together. Can you interlace through your fingers and press your palms to the sky? Press your seat down into the chair and your feet to the floor, and then gently move toward the left. Back through the center, and then to the right. Coming back through the center, can you take your palms down to the top of your head and then lift the head up into your hands? And then sliding your hands behind your head. Can you let your head rest and open your elbows? With each kind of movement, take a deep, mindful breath all the way in and all the way out. Good, and then feel your head coming right back on top of your spine and extend your arms out, flexing your wrists. So you feel this kind of pushing two walls away, and I feel a lot of tingling here. Notice what you feel. I'm gonna wiggle my fingers and then I'm gonna just relax my arms down to my sides. And let's take a moment just to feel our hands. What's happening there? Good, and now let's go back up into big circles. So lifting all the way up, maybe touching the fingertips or palms. And then let's exhale all the way back out and down. One more each way. You I find you're getting a little bit more into the flow of what we're doing, being able to let go of everything else. Just notice if that's happening for you. And then hands come to the knees, take the feet a little wider apart, and then hinge forward again. And if you can, just waterfall your upper body. And now, if you can, just make some small circles with your head. Maybe one or two one way, and then one or two the other way. Good, and now pressing down through your feet, can you slowly lift yourself back upright? And then lifting the crown of your head up to the sky, press your feet down and just round your back toward the back of the chair. And then inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades and bring the heart forward. And again, round. And forward. And then making sure your feet are firm on the ground, let's make some circles. And I'm rotating a couple times. I went to the left first, and then I'm going to just rotate around. To the right. Bringing myself back up into a nice solid upright position, hands to heart. And then just take a moment and we'll take maybe 2 to 3 mindful breaths. Here I am in the present moment, just right here now. And what does that feel like, right? So maybe you're feeling the sensations of hands together or feet on the ground, or maybe you connect better with a sound, or maybe your breath. So find an anchor to focus on that's just right here and right now. And then can you interlace your fingers all the way through? Press your palms strongly forward and then up toward the sky. Really grow from foot to palm. And then again, pressing forward. Feeling that kind of strong push. And then going back up again if you can. And eyes could be open or closed, and you can shift your eyes around. This can be helpful to shift our perspective and our focus in different ways. And then releasing your fingers. Let's wiggle the fingers like falling leaves. And then letting our arms relax down. Let's shake it out a little bit in the arms. See how that's feeling for you. All right. Now let's get back to sitting with our feet about hips distance apart. And see if you can either bring your right foot up in the chair or your right ankle above your left knee. So you're creating this kind of figure 4 shape. Now in this figure 4 shape, you want to feel your left foot as your grounding foot. And then your sitting bones in the chair. So you feel very anchored and stable. So just take a moment to check that. Just check that. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a few different variations of this. So we'll take tree pose here, starting hands to heart, and then we'll lengthen up from the roots, embodying this kind of feeling of tree, rooted and grounded and strong, powerful, and yet the branches can move. So maybe moving the arms around a little bit. So play with that. And then let's turn this into a twist. So turning to take your left hand outside the right knee, the right hand behind you in the chair, and then finding a nice gentle twist, and then a nice slow deep breath in and out. And then returning forward again. You might be able to hinge forward. Make sure you're breathing and listening to your body. Now using your left foot on the ground, feel that anchor and let it help you sit back upright. And then can you release and just hold to the back of your right leg and just kick your foot out a couple times. Make some big circles. And then let's reach the right heel out if you can, toes are pointing up. And remember my left foot, that's gonna keep me grounded, right? And my sitting bones in the chair. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just fold forward over the right leg. Okay, and I'll take a couple breaths here. Good, and then go ahead and lift yourself back up. And if you feel stable here, you can go ahead and lift your fingertips to the sky. You can even pull your thumbs back a little bit. And then release that by stretching your arms out and down. And then pull your right in and then just shake it out a little bit. Good. Placing your right foot on the ground. Let's take tree pose. So left ankle above right knee or left foot up in the chair. Knee rotating outward. Now my right foot is the grounded foot and then my sitting bones are kind of equally resting in the chair. So I really feel stable. So just check that first. Take a deep breath in and out. Remember I said we're really slowing down to notice these little details. So hands to heart, we're taking tree pose. So from the roots we rise. Now see if you can just embody tree so it feels like the qualities of a tree as you're here. Take a deep breath in and out. And then you might move your arms around, and you might not. You get to choose. So you notice that there's some stability inside the movement. Okay, let's take that to twist. So we go right hand to the left, left behind, gentle twist through. Deep breath in and out, all the way in, all the way out. And then releasing the twist. Some of us might be able to go forward. Are you breathing? and how does it feel to be here? So make sure you're not lost in thought, and if you are, come back to body. Just keep practicing. Okay, rooting down through that right foot, so I sit back up tall again. I'm gonna hold on to the back of my left leg if I can, or somewhere on the leg, and I'm just gonna move it around in circles. And then I'm gonna lengthen and place my left heel down. Toes are pointing up. Now, I'm folding, but you might not, right? So you've got to pay attention. So just pay attention, right? And why wouldn't you? This is about you, not me or your neighbor. That is good news. Okay, so befriend here what your body's saying. Take a breath. Maybe another one. What's it actually feel like to be in this stretch? Good. And then go ahead and slowly begin to sit upright. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and kick that out a little bit. Okay. Let's come back now, and if you want to stand up and kind of shake it out a little bit, right, or twist from side to side as we kind of shift now to our second section of the practice, you can go ahead and do that. So always moving things around, making sure you're moving the energy around. We've been sitting for a while now. So as soon as you feel like you've got it all together, let's come back into the seat of our chair and use the support of the chair again. So I'd like to invite you into a more comfortable position now. And we're going to go back to some kind of focusing breathing practices today. And when it comes to the breathing, you really want to take it as effortlessly as possible. But it can be the case that you may not feel good when you're doing the breathing. And that's okay. If that happens, just do your own thing, let it go, and then maybe try the next one. Okay. So settling in, make sure you've got support for your back. You can lean back a little bit. And we call this position, it's upright, but also relaxed. So let's check with that. Again, you may close your eyes to do this part of the class. So once you've noticed that you have support for your body and you can relax a little bit, then be sure to relax your whole face, your teeth, tongue, and jaw. And make sure to have your eyes just gently flutter closed, so there's no gripping of your eyelids. And then soften your shoulders. Relax your elbows. Let your hands and fingers be at rest. Soften the area around your heart. And deeply relax your belly. Allow your legs to feel more at rest, more at ease. then just relax your toes. Even if your feet are resting on the ground, let them rest on the ground. So let's check again. You feel upright and supported and also relaxed at the same time. Now begin as we did at the beginning of class, just to be aware of your breath. You can check in and see, can I breathe in through the nose, out through the nose? If not, breathe with the mouth open. And for our first practice, we're going to practice a 5, 7, 8 count breath. So we breathe in for 5, we hold the breath for 7, and then we exhale everything out for 8. And I'll guide you through 1 or 2 so you can kind of get the pace, and then I'll let you do 1 or 2 on your own. So let's begin. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, invitation to take 2 more on your own. And relax. Now, as you let your breathing relax, take a moment and notice the effects of that practice. Sometimes you can feel more focused. Sometimes you can feel more awake. You might feel your heart beating. Maybe your breath has changed. So just take note, and maybe it did not work for you. That's okay. All right, let's try another counting practice. This time we'll create an equal count between our in-breath and our out-breath. And this one is going to be very personal. So each one of us is going to find out what the best count is for our lung capacity today. So generally, most people are either at 3, 4, or 5. So the next time you breathe in, just count how many counts it takes you to comfortably breathe in. Ready? Begin. So I was at 4, and now I'm going to breathe out in the same count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just continue the count. Balancing and smoothing your in-breath and out-breath. If you lose track, you can just begin again. Let's see if we could do 2 more balanced breaths. Good. And then relax. Now take a moment again and just check in and notice how you are feeling after balanced breathing. So each type of breath practice can have a different effect on how we feel. And it could just be that the counting of our breath replaces our thinking. So it helps our mind to settle a little bit as our body has slowed and settled. So you might be noticing that at this point in the class. Okay? There's no right or wrong. I just am encouraging you to continuously check in. Now we're going to enter the final portion of our class today. And for this part of the class, if you choose, you may get down on the floor. You don't have to, of course. This is up to you, but I shall show you one recommendation. So you can stay in your chair as we were doing before. You might want to get up and kind of shake out and then get back in. Or you can get down on the floor and then lift your lower legs up on the seat of the chair. This won't be accessible and you just might not feel like you want to get down on the floor, and that's okay. Some of you might just want to lay on the floor without putting your legs up. Some of you might want to take a second chair and just lift your feet up on the second chair. So you've got 2 chairs. So let me give you a moment to find the most relaxing place you can be. So now for this last part of the class, we want to be relaxed. So wherever you are now, go ahead and find the support that's either under your back on the ground or in the chair. And imagine that your spine is growing roots either down into the ground or into the seat of the chair, or you might even imagine through your sitting bones. And then wherever your legs are, let your legs feel light. And let your feet feel relaxed. So you might wiggle your toes or move your ankles around a little bit. And then let's take a nice deep breath. This time, very specifically, deep breath in through the nose. And then out through the mouth with a little sigh or sound. In through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh or sound. And I'll invite you to just relax here, to close your eyes if you're comfortable. And just begin to feel a kind of heaviness in your body as you begin to become heavier. So starting to let your muscles relax away from your bones. and your bones relax toward the floor. And just begin to release any effort. Any striving or trying, pushing, just let that go. And the invitation here is to give yourself a minute to just be and to be here. If you find yourself being sort of hijacked by your thoughts, just notice that and try to come back. Come back to the breath, to your body or a sound, and just relax again. You may take a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. And just ask yourself how you're feeling now at the end of the practice. And we end exactly as we are. If your legs are on the chair, you can start to bend your knees and get your feet on the ground. I recommend rolling to one side or the other, and then eventually making your way back up to a seated position. When you feel ready to complete the practice, you can gently let your eyes open and bring your attention back into the room. Give yourself a little bow for sitting here today and slowing down and opening up your awareness and attention. I hope it was helpful in some way. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Take care.